And all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwu okike abịa mbanye ndefe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebe dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwedo n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe ndị kwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, Biafrans. Thank you for joining. Welcome. Any place you're joining from, thank you for connecting. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Wherever you're connecting me from, I appreciate you for joining the broadcast. It's not a simple one. It's going to be a short one. Let's know what is going on. Let us share our views on the present situation. It's not easy for us Biafrans and Biafran friends. We are facing a whole lot of challenges, but we cannot stop and we cannot give up. The fight for our freedom will continue. Thank you, James. Thank you for joining. James Friday. Good afternoon. Yeah, welcome, James. Thank you for connecting. Our freedom is our priority. Freedom is what we are asking for and nothing more. We cannot accept anything short of freedom. It doesn't matter the language they use. It doesn't matter the angle they come from. It doesn't matter the way they see it. All we are asking for is our freedom, and our freedom is non-negotiable. Samuel, thank you for joining. Samuel, thank you. Thank you for connecting, Samuel. You're welcome. So this evening we are going to talk briefly about the situation that we're in. I say good evening because where I am, it's evening already, getting to night. So accept my greeting according to your time zone, either good morning, good afternoon, good night, or whatever. Accept it according to your time zone. My main purpose of coming to have this brief broadcast is to speak on an issue that concerns us, to talk about our freedom. I'm not here to preach hate, talk against anybody, or to talk about that which concerns every one of us. We know that the pressure is on already. More confusions are coming, more distractions are coming, but you don't have to be distracted. Yeah, you don't got to get distracted. Don't get distracted, no matter the attentions that people are paying or whatever attack you are seeing from any angle. Don't get distracted. We must stay focused on what we are asking for. And there's nothing we are asking for except our freedom. To be free from the captivity. To be free from the caliphate. From the hand of the Janjaweed. To make sure we get back our life, take back our freedom, and be whom we are supposed to be. As you all know, the game is changing gradually. Those who think that they are untouchable today, they are being touched. And as the day goes by, every prophecy of Mazi and Kanu comes to pass. Today you have seen Dave Umahi thrown out of office. Dave Umahi thrown out of office, and all of a sudden he realized that no law court has the power to throw out a governor except by impeachment, except by death. For he was there when the governor of Imo State was removed and Hope Uzodinma was imposed to Imo State. None of them, the Southeast governors, spoke. None of them came out to say a word. They took it as something that is right, but today it's happening to him. And he wants to cry. He's saying it's impossible, it's not the right thing to do. But you were there when it happened to your brother and you said nothing. You did nothing, instead you supported it. What goes around comes around. You see why we say you must not support injustice. That injustice against one is injustice against all. If Dave Umahi will come today and be crying of injustice, that nobody can throw him out of office, but he was there when his own brother was thrown out of office, he said nothing. Today, the same ball has been rolled back to him, and he's going to leave the office. It doesn't matter how he cries, he's going to live there. Because after all, he has nothing to offer. Not to his people, not to the Biafran people. And for the fact that he opened his mouth to say that Ebonyi State is not Biafra, he has to leave that office. He has. Mazi Kanu told him, and so many of them, if you serve the caliphate, after serving them, you either come back dead or you will be disgraced. And every word that Mazi Kanu said in the past, people thought it was a joke. It's happening. Those who are not dead in the office, they are disgraced. And they are facing shame and disgrace every day. Today it is the turn of Dave Umahi, and he's crying. It doesn't matter how he cries. He's going to leave that office. Yes, he will. And Biafra will come. For him to open his mouth and say that the Ebonyi State is not Biafra, he must be a madman. And his madness has gone to the extent that he must have to leave the office, whether he like it or not. A lesson to all of them, all those ones who think they can serve the caliphate, they can kill their people and go free, including Hope Uzodinma that is destroying Biafra land. His own end will be the worst. The end of Hope Uzodinma is going to be the worst of all. Watch out and see how it's going to end up. Hope Uzodinma is going to end up in shame and disgrace. He will end up in shame and disgrace. And it will definitely happen. It will only take some little time and you will see it unfolding. If somebody have told Dave Umahi that after working for the caliphate, that a court in that Janjaweed country will tell him to vacate his seat, he wouldn't believe it. What is happening today? This is why every Biafran have to wake up. Stand with your people and fight with your people. Civil disobedience, sit at home on Sunday and on Monday. Continue to stand your ground to get your freedom. We must continue to stand our ground for our freedom. Our freedom is non-negotiable. It cannot be negotiated with anything. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks or what anybody says. Our freedom is not negotiable. You can't negotiate our freedom. That is why we will continue to fight, continue to speak, continue to cry. Whatever we can do to make sure that we get our freedom, we will do it. We will not stop. And they can't stop us. Everywhere you are in Biafra land, the time has come when we have to take our fate into our own hand. Fight for our freedom. Nobody's going to fight for you. Civil disobedience. Sit at home. Sunday and Monday. Economic sanction to the Janjaweed. The time is now. And support the ESN. The best way you can support the ESN, do it through Umueri account. If anybody is preaching to you and telling you that Umueri account is not functioning or Umueri account is to fund something else, let the person give you proof. Before you believe, don't just believe something because somebody is just giving you some rhetoric. Somebody is just trying to drag you into a war that he feels he cannot fight alone. So he wants to drag you into it to join him in a war that he will not win. Don't allow people to drag you into issues that you and I has no clue about. Whatever you are not sure about, don't fight about it. Don't get involved in issues that doesn't concern you, issue that you are not very sure about. If somebody is trying to tell you, do not pay money to Umueri account, let the person give you reason why you shouldn't do so. Because Umueri account has been working, making sure that the ESN are active. They are providing every necessary things for the ESN, and ESN are not complaining. ESN are not complaining. We have not had complaint. Initially they were complaining. We are seeing videos flying all around about the complaint of the ESN, but since the Umueri account has been established and in the right hand, they are no longer complaining. So why won't you support the Umueri account? Why won't you support it? It is only those who are confused, who confuse themselves, who have confused themselves, or those who out of their selfish interest or personal hatred have decided to hate their own self. Because you hate someone, because you don't like someone, because of what someone is saying, you don't like him or her, then you decide to use because of that, then demonize something that is working. Something that you and I know that is working. You now want to destroy it. With no reason. The only reason you have is because you wanted somebody to act in a certain way and he or she is not acting in a certain way, and for that, you no longer want to be part of it. You don't have any proof to show us that the ESN money in Umueri account have been mismanaged. No proof whatsoever. Until then, until there is a proof to show us that ESN account in Umueri account is mismanaged, we will continue to support the ESN. Until there is proof, we will continue to support the ESN through the Umueri account. We will continue to do it, and very soon. Remember, don't forget, we are going to raise fundraising for Umueri account. Fundraising for ESN is coming up. It's coming. The flyers are everywhere. Go to our brother Simon Ekpa channel. You're going to see the flyers. Some other people share the flyer. I'm going to share the flyer after this program so that you can see the date. Support the Umueri account. Support. Any support you can give to ESN. The time is now. Remember, we are going to face a very strong battle. A battle is coming. Biafrans have decided that we do not want to see any military in Biafran street anymore. We don't want to see any military checkpoint in our streets again in Biafra land, in our villages, including our bushes. If they want to fight, let them go to the north. From the 15th of this month, every Biafran is going to come out and we will enforce and ask the military to leave Biafra land, and they must leave. We know they are stubborn people. They don't listen. They take us for a joke and they take us for granted all the time. Just like when Mazi and Kanu told them to leave the checkpoints, they thought it was a joke. This time also, don't expect them to listen. So, every Biafran in Biafra land should prepare himself or herself for what is about to come. From 15 onwards, The Janjaweed terrorist military are going to leave Biafra land by force, by fire. Whether they like it or not, they will leave. Go back to their barracks. We don't want them in our streets. We don't want them in our villages. They have destroyed enough properties, destroyed enough life. We can no longer continue to fold our hand and watch them impose economic sanction on the southeastern part of Nigeria. Not only southeast, the Biafra land. They have imposed economic sanction on Biafra land. They imposed economic sanction. That is what they did. They imposed it on us. And when they saw that it's not working, they come down by themselves to destroy our businesses. Each time you hear marketplaces burning, have you ever seen any credible investigation that was done? Why markets are burning? Since we have been hearing about the burning of markets, the burning of business places, tanker explosion, have you ever had a report or a credible information on why those things are happening? There are no reason why they are happening. It's only sabotage. Some certain group of people who think that Biafrans are not supposed to have their life, they are the ones who are making sure that we don't have a life. Trying to sabotage us economically to make sure that we do not strive. Trying to sabotage the Biafran people to make sure that whatever Biafrans are doing doesn't progress. To destroy our businesses. That is what they are doing. And they are adding it, doing it by all means possible with all strategies. They have tried it in several occasions, tried it several times, and yet they are not done. They are doing it. That same economic sanction, they have now come on the ground to use their terrorist military to begin to destroy houses, destroy businesses and homes. Go and check out the videos that are flying on that. The people they are destroying their home, they are not terrorists. They are not holding arms. They are not using any AK-47. Most of them are not even family members of IPOB. But they go to their homes, destroy their properties, take their belongings, destroy businesses for no just cause, for no reason. For no reason. If somebody have committed offense and you feel that he or she committed offense, what are you going to do? What you have to do is to arrest such person, take him or her to the court, and from the court the person will go and answer his or her case. So why must anybody anywhere begin to take laws into his or her hand, giving jungle justice to somebody who has not even committed an offense? Even if somebody commits an offense and you arrest the person and take him to court, the person remains innocent until proven otherwise. That is what their law says. But of course, we are dealing with a lawless people in a lawless country, a country that does not obey the rule of law. So what do you expect? Lawlessness is the order of the day in the contraption called Nigeria. And we cannot be part of it. That is why Biafrans want to get out of that very contraption. And we must surely get out. It doesn't matter how they try to stop us. It doesn't matter how they try to hinder us. It doesn't matter the weapon they try to use. They cannot succeed. They can't succeed. No matter how they try, they will never succeed. We will continue to fight our battle. We will continue to make sure that we secure our freedom. We continue to make sure that the Biafran land is being liberated. We have cried enough, we have shouted enough. This is the time for self-defense. Time for self-defense. Every Biafran on the planet Earth, wherever you are, you have to engage in the self-defense. Don't tell me you are not in Biafra land for that. You don't have a role to play. You have a major role to play. Every single one of us who is living abroad, we have families in Biafra land. We have families. We have our families that are living in Biafra land. We have our families, we have our friends, we have our relatives. We have our brothers and sisters living in Biafra land. Encourage them to embark on the civil disobedience. Support them the best way you can to make sure they engage in the civil disobedience. And the economic sanction we are talking about, we are going to enforce it. Every Biafran in Biafra land, engage yourself in it. Don't give your money, don't pay any revenue. Any business you are doing in Biafra land, don't give your revenue to them. Do not give your revenue to the local government. Don't give your revenue to the state government. Don't give your revenue to the federal government. As long as you're in Biafra land, keep it to yourself. It will be useful. The more you give it to them, you are trying to empower those that are killing you. How long shall we continue to complain? Nobody's going to come to our aid. You have seen it play out in Ukraine. You see the war going on in Ukraine. Ukraine is crying. crying and crying. Nobody is coming. People are talking from distance. The same way and the same thing is going to be applicable to Biafra. They will never come. They will never come. And Biafra issue is much more serious in the sense that we are talking about a black nation. And we are talking about a nation where all the international communities have their interests. Each and every one of them have interests in Biafra land. They have companies, they have oil wells, so many things they are getting from Biafra land. And the caliphate is willing to give it to them at their own rate. The caliphate is willing to give away anything to make sure that they get the support of the international community to continue to suppress Biafran people. But we don't care. We have taken our fate into our own hand and we'll fight for our freedom by all means possible. Prepare yourself for what is about to come. From 15th, I appreciate, first of all, every Biafran man that is living in Biafra land. Biafran women, Biafran men, Biafran children in Biafra land. I say, may Chuks guide and protect every one of you. Every single Biafran in Biafra land, you are doing a wonderful work. You don't know what you are doing. You are standing in gap for all of us who are abroad. You are standing in gap, taking the bullet for us. We appreciate and we say, may Chuks guide you against all odds, against all intimidation. The seat at home is still high. Against all odds, against all intimidation, the seat at home is being carried out in a very large scale. There is still lockdown in Biafra land with all the intimidation, with all the attack, all the propaganda, all the informants that are acting against us. Yet, we are moving forward and Biafran people are fighting head on. I say, may Chuks guide and protect every single one of you. We must continue until Biafran comes, and we will never give up. And Biafran will definitely come very soon. It is close, closer than ever. That is why you have to stand up. We are fighting the last battle. The last phase of it, self-defense, is where we are going to. And our school Nnamdi Kanu is coming out from the DSS. He's coming out with the flag of Biafra. We are going to raise the flag of Biafra up. We will raise it very, very soon. No matter what anybody is saying from any angle, no matter the distraction, no matter the obstacle, no matter the propaganda, they can never stop our student Nnamdi Kanu. He will come out in glory, come out in strength. He's going to come out. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. They can carry their propaganda, they can say all their nonsense, they can pretend, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out in glory very soon. But it is our responsibility to make sure that he's coming out, is hastened. Don't allow yourself to be part of those who are delaying the coming out of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Focus on our freedom. Stop focusing on propaganda. Stop focusing on irrelevant issues. Stop focusing on individuals. Focus on our real enemy, the Janjaweed. They are the people who are stopping you and I. They are the people that are being used as willing tool in the hand of the British to stop us. That is where we have to focus. Let us focus on the real enemy. Stop the propaganda. Stop it. I have said it time again in my broadcast, every time I say it time and time again, that you must not like me to fight for your freedom, and I must not like you to fight for my freedom. The only thing that made us to meet, where we all meet, is that every one of us want freedom, including our Dudua brothers. They want their freedom also, fighting for self-determination. That is where every one of us have a common interest. And we must continue to pursue that common interest by all means possible with all our strength. Let us continue to pursue that common interest. That common interest will lead us to victory. It will lead us to glory. It will lead us to a total freedom where every single one of us will be free. And there will be no complaint anymore. We have to stand up. The time is now. There is no more time to waste. There is no more time to gossip. It is time for us to stand up and speak up. Use the right language so that every one of us will have our freedom, which is our desire. We all need a freedom. You need freedom, I need freedom. So why wouldn't we work to make sure that we achieve that which is our desire? Let us work together for our freedom. When the freedom comes, then every family can go home and build their family the way they want it to be. You can build your family, answer the name you want to answer, be whom you want to be. Nobody's going to disturb you. But now, don't force anybody to choose a fight. that he or she doesn't want to engage in. It would be a very big mistake for you to force somebody to engage in a fight that he or she doesn't want to engage in. It's only a fight that you want to engage in that you can engage in. If you feel that someone is doing something that you are not pleased with, you don't like it, go and engage in the fight by yourself. If Biafrans see that you're fighting a just cause, of course, just like we saw our Mazi and Kanu, that is fighting a just cause, and everybody rallied around him, and people supported him from all angles. In the same faith, once you pick up a good fight, the Biafran people are going to support you. But once you're picking up a fight that is not meant for you, you're on your own. You're on your own, and we only regard you as a time waster and a deceiver. You are equally delaying yourself, not just delaying the Biafran struggle, you are delaying yourself. So we must be focused. We must be focused and look to the direction that we are going. Biafrans must be free. I thank you all who have joined me in this brief broadcast to encourage my brothers and sisters. Just a word of encouragement for all of us. We must not give up. We must continue to fight the battle until the last man standing, and victory is sure. May Chuks be my guide and protect everyone that is watching across the world. If you're watching from Europe, from Asia, from Australia, Canada, New Zealand, wherever you're watching from, thank you very much for your contributions. Thank you for your participation. Remain focused and be strong. We will never give up, and we will not lose the battle. Victory is sure. Victory is sure. Very, very sure. Thank you for watching. See you again later in the day, or maybe tomorrow. I will come around to encourage you also. Please support the Umweri account. Make your donation to the Umweri account to support ESN. Support ESN through the Umweri account. ESN, they are fighting the battle. And as we are going to go to the very terrible phase, a phase of defense from 15th, it is time for you to prepare yourself. Everybody has to be part of it. Let us participate in the fundraising to raise funds for those who have volunteered to fight for you and I. You are not paying them. You are not giving anything to them. They have volunteered willingly by themselves to defend their people. So we have to support them by any means possible. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me briefly. And I say, may Chuks be my guide and protect every one of you that is watching. We will all walk into Biafra and celebrate in Biafra land. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.